Well, hey there, everybody. It's Nancy Fox, the Career Fox, and I'm here with you today for another edition of Career Fox TV. Now, today, I want to start talking about something that I really haven't discussed with my followers very much. I just began talking about it in one of my Facebook groups, and I'm gonna post the link for that particular group in the description box below, because for many of you, I think it's a really great community for you to be part of, and I'll explain a little bit about that in a moment. So today I'm going to be talking about how to get yourself prepared from a mind, body, and career viewpoint and confidence viewpoint, all wrapped up in one, before you go out into job interviews or as you're going through the career transition or career advancement process. So this video is going to apply to you if you are about to go into a performance evaluation meeting, or if you're looking for a job and you're going into interviews. I really want to talk to you today about well-being from a physical mindset standpoint, as well as from a strategic standpoint. And all of these things have to go together, because if you're not thinking about yourself in the best possible light, if you're not feeling your best and you're not communicating your best, you're not going to show up in the way that's going to put your best foot forward, and you're not going to be able to think fast on your feet. You're going to allow yourself to be sort of, you're going to feel less confident about yourself. You can more easily forget what you want to say. You won't, and it just really, you're not set up with a strong enough foundation. And all of these things go into play when you're going for bigger goals in your life. Now, I want to start, normally I start with mindset, but I really actually want to start with the physical side of things first, because a lot of us, and I'm absolutely one of them, especially as I've been aging, we're out there in the market, and there are younger and younger people. They've got a lot of energy, a lot of vitality. Youth is really in, it's revered today, it's in demand, and it's very plentiful out there, right? So how do you feel your best when you're job interviewing and when you're up against a lot of youthful competitors, especially in the workplace, especially in the job market? So I want to talk to you about my regimen and how I really got into this, and why I think it's so very important no matter what stage of your career you're at. So I have always been rather interested in physical fitness, and I'm not an athlete, and I really started out working out very, very late in my life. I started in my 30s, and I had a lot of back problems when I was younger. So, and I was one of those kids that was sort of frail and very, I didn't have hand-eye coordination, so I avoided sports like the plague, and I wasn't interested in any of it. So when I started working out in my 30s, it was mostly to really try to lose weight, right? It was always about, what am I eating, how many calories, and I didn't eat very well. I loved sweets, I loved sugar, I loved bread, I loved potatoes, I loved pasta. And in those days, we really didn't know. We were only just counting calories. We really weren't focused on, if you eat a balanced meal, that was really what you were taught. But we didn't really know about high starchy foods back then very much. So I started working out pretty late, and I got into step aerobics, and I really found something that I enjoyed. I enjoyed dance, and I enjoyed step, and I started to do that pretty regularly. And it got me into a lot of other, once I started working out, I started moving my body, I started to feel better. And that's really what I want to talk to you about. You don't have to be an athlete, you don't have to be a runner, you don't have to be thin, you don't have to be muscular. You need to move your body, because moving your body puts you in a better state, gets the blood flowing, makes you feel better about yourself. And if you let go of the losing weight part, you actually start to lose weight. You start to move, and you start to feel better, and your energy level goes up, and your caloric burn off goes up. And even if it's very, very, very small amounts of weight that you're losing, and it makes you feel better about yourself. So I'm very conscious of the fact that when I'm in a very, when I've got big goals ahead of me, I'm moving my body on a pretty regular basis, at least 3 or 4 times a week, working out. And usually in between those days, I'm doing some stretching and some other things. I'm always working on getting my body moving. I'm taking the stairs instead of the elevator. I'm walking rather than taking the car. So I really want you to think about moving. Get your body moving, change your state. Move your body, change your state. Tony Robbins taught us this, and he's right. That's why in all of his events, he's getting everybody up all the time out of their chairs, jumping up and down, screaming. And he's not doing it for his health because he's losing his own voice. He's doing it to get everybody to change their state and be present and be more attentive and feel better. So feeling better, move your body equals feeling better about you. It's really, really important. So along those lines, what you put into your body is so important. I have long ago given up all starches like pasta and bread and cake and cookies. I started slowly. I started with just giving up a lot of bread and a lot of pasta, and I reduced. And then eventually over time, I got so happy with how much better I felt and how much more fit I was getting and how much weight I was losing, that I just gave up all the bread and the pasta and the potatoes. And and also your addiction to all the starch allows you to want it less, so it feels so much better. So I do have a lot of fruits and vegetables, and I do have protein, fruits and vegetables. I eat a lot of nuts, a lot of beans. I don't eat a lot of red meat, but I have it once in a while. I eat chicken once in a while. I eat a lot of, this fish and seafood and all of that. So I really want to encourage you to really reduce your high starchy food intake, and definitely work on reducing your processed food intake. Everything that's in a package that's got all those chemicals in it that might take calories out and make it taste better are what's making you sick. And that's another thing. When you're not feeling well, you're not going to present yourself well, but a lot of times when you're under a lot of stress and a lot of strain and you're putting the wrong things into your body will talk to you by not feeling well, having odd symptoms, even having immune reactions. So, I'm not a doctor, and I'm just saying that if you're not feeling great, very often your body is speaking to you to say, pay attention to me, take better care of me, and get your mindset right. And so all of this goes hand in hand. You actually have the mind is such a powerful engine. I'm going to talk to you about how the mind and the body go together in just 1 second. So I want to encourage you to eat better. I'm not excellent at drinking a lot of water. I work on it. I have two sort of bad vices. My vices in food are, I don't eat any I don't eat all those nasty foods. Like I don't eat a lot of cake and cookies, or I don't eat any cake and cookies, as a matter of fact. I don't drink enough water, and I do drink too much coffee, but I'm working on it. So I'm working on, reducing how many cups of coffee I have a day and replacing them with hot water with lemon, and, slices of apple. And I really love that. And it's actually very filling. So I really enjoy that. So I'm finding new ways of replacing the bad stuff with the good stuff, because what you put into your body is really important. Now, I didn't get COVID this year. I was pretty good about staying isolated, but also I started taking a lot of vitamins. And by the way, I'm over 60, so I have to be really cognizant of that. I take vitamin C, vitamin B12, D3, E, and I'm taking, I just started taking collagen peptides. I just started yesterday. I'm taking a collagen peptides powder, and I'm going to let you know how I'm doing, because it's supposed to be really, really good for your skin, for your hair, for your nails, and for just rebuilding collagen. So I'm trying that. I'm going to let you know how that goes. I just began. And so I eat really well. I take vitamins, and I really want to encourage you to, and the other thing I started to do, and this is super important, and that is get enough sleep. So I know when you're under a stressful period, it's hard to sleep, right? It's really important to get yourself to sleep at a very reasonable hour. Too early is not good. Too late is not good. You want to get yourself at a reasonable hour. Your body is going to tell you how much sleep time you really need. The rule of thumb is that you need a good 7 to 8 hours of sleep. I have always been a light sleeper. My tendency is to wake up after 4 or 5 hours. So I have to force myself to go back to sleep, but I'm really working on getting 6 to 7 hours of sleep. And if I make it to 6 hours, it's good, but I'm really working on it and I feel much, much better. So taking care of your body is super, super important. And really thinking about that, and it isn't just about weight, because the more you focus on calories and how much weight you're losing, the more your body wants to hold on to it. It's if you're constantly focused on your weight, your body actually, your mind gets in the way, and it actually doesn't help the whole process. So I want you to be gentle with yourself and patient with yourself to let the body weight come off at the right pace, and just be consistent. And if you let's say you fall off the wagon with food or with exercise, so what? Get back on the wagon. It's fine. If you mess up a couple of days, okay, instead of beating yourself up and giving up and just letting it all go to hell in a handbasket, just get back on the wagon and just say good for you and then you got to really pat yourself on the back for doing that. So I think taking care of your body is so important, and I also think that the more it will help you feel more youthful and help you feel more in step with what's going on in the world. It will make you feel so much better about yourself, and feeling better about yourself is critical when you are having conversations with people at work, with people when you have to have critical conversations with people who are your colleagues, your boss, your vendors, all of it, or potential new employers. It's really, really important to really know that you've been working on feeling your best and taking care of yourself. When you take care of yourself, you treat yourself with respect, you're giving yourself recognition, and when you do it, then other people will know to do it too. Your mindset is then, of course, the next thing that I really want you to think about and really work on, because every day you've got to really get your mind wrapped around your own self-respect, tooting your own horn, and really honoring yourself, because if you don't do it, nobody else will. There are so many things I've talked about in the past about getting your mindset right: meditation, visualization, anchor words for power, your power words, working on not saying words that are going to drain you. Like, if you say I'm overwhelmed, you're going to feel overwhelmed. If you say that that you've got too much on your plate, you're going to feel the pressure. If you keep talking about how stressed you are, you're going to feel more stress. The words that you say, actually, the mind-body connection is amazing, and you have to watch your words. So you can say, I'm working on my next career, I'm working toward my next goal, I am working on having the right conversations with my boss, I'm working on my confidence, I'm making progress toward having my next career advancement. Every single day I'm doing something to progress, and I'm learning, and all of those things are positive steps, and your mind hears them and integrates them and treats your body accordingly. And do your own test. And they used kinesiology to actually prove that when you say negative words, how it actually drains your body of energy. It's really fascinating. Look up kinesiology, and I'll post that in the link below, in the description below, so you can read about that. It's fascinating. That's how you can actually test whether you are depleting your body or energizing your body. And then the final piece of this is, of course, learning to communicate yourself to the best advantage possible. Preparation is great. I really believe in role playing. If you've got a coach, role play for upcoming critical conversations with your boss. Definitely keep that victory list that I've talked to you about so many times, your accomplishment list, and review it before you go into any meeting with your boss, with colleagues, with potential employers. Review it, embrace it, really feel the emotional power of all the things that you've accomplished in your life and in your career. It really supports your mindset, and when your mindset is supported, you're going to put your best foot forward. When you start obsessing about whether you're going to answer everything perfectly, I think what's way more important is people will, in any conversation, people will never remember what you say. They're going to remember how you made them feel. They might not remember every single thing that you said to them, but they're going to remember how you made them feel. And so the specificity of your answers is, of course, relevant, important. It's good for you to practice and to role play. Learning words that advance your purpose, advance your presentation, that elevate you as opposed to diminish you. It's very important to learn those words. I teach my clients very specific phraseology to help people get a sense of who they are and get a sense of their confidence, so that they are doing it with class, not brashness, right? You don't have to worry about being arrogant or braggadocio in a conversation if you learn how to communicate. That's why learning the methodology is very important, but how you feel inside is going to get translated. Your body language, your facial expressions, your ease, whether you're, and when you watch their body language, you're going to respond with confidence that you understand exactly what's happening for them, and you can learn to think fast on your feet. You can shimmy and shake. You can adjust accordingly, and it's really going to be to your advantage to do all of this. So I want you to know that it's really, really important for you to think about all three pillars as you're going into any of these important career conversations with your boss, in key meetings, and with, of course, prospective employers. The mind, the body, and the career all go hand in hand, and I really want you to pay very, very, very careful attention and truly treat all three of these pillars with great reverence and respect, and treat them with the ultimate attention that they deserve, and the results will show up. Nancy Fox, the Career Fox. By the way, if you like what you've been listening to and been watching over these last weeks, definitely hit the subscribe button, because I've got new videos coming out every single week, and I'm going to be talking more about my health regime, and I'll be giving more specifics about that, my workout regime, and as well as the career tips that I work on with my students and with my clients that have been really, really helpful. So definitely hit the subscribe button. By the way, post what you want to be learning about. Tell me more about that. It's really important for me. And definitely take a look at, and if you click on the links below that I'm going to be posting in the description box. And by the way, I have a very special free masterclass training for those of you who are going through significant career changes over the age of 45. And I'm going to post the free masterclass link below, as well as for those of you who want to book a free strategy career consult with me. If you're grappling with career issues and really know that you need a new strategy, I'm going to post the link for you to have that free strategy call with me as well. Hope this has been helpful for you. Nancy Fox, the Career Fox, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.